Welcome back to AM Northwest. Here to share another delicious recipe from her cookbook, Braids. We welcome back writer, chef, and podcast host Sonya Sanford. Great to see you again.
So good to see you.
Just in time for the big game, you've got some appetizers for us, right?
And I have to say, I eat this year round. Like, it's great for a game, you know, festivity at your house,
okay.
any game.
Yeah.
But I actually like it just for a weeknight meal because it's so easy and so flavorful.
Okay.
It's inspired a lot by North African flavors.
Oh,
and
interesting.
Middle Eastern. Are you familiar with pomegranate molasses?
No, I've never tried it.
So pomegranate molasses is reduced pomegranate juice.
Okay.
My favorite brands really just make it with 100% pure pomegranate juice, but some add a little bit of sugar because it's so tart when you reduce it.
Oh, yeah,
and
good
it's
point.
puckery and so delicious. So that is going to be the sauce. But before we get to that, we want to add a lot of flavor to the wings themselves.
Okay.
So of course, like a generous amount of salt and pepper. And if you don't like pepper, you could leave that out.
Yeah, and you actually are using all the wings. I know a lot of people use the drumsticks.
Yeah, no, I'm using actual wings.
Wings, okay.
You can get them whole, or these are separated into flats and drumettes. And I love using a bowl.
Into flats and drumettes?
Yes.
Oh.
The flats are those pieces. Do you have a favorite?
No.
I like flats.
Okay.
I find them easier to eat. But
Oh, that makes sense.
You know, like sometimes when people order wings, they'll say, I want all flats. Yes.
Huh.
All
Okay.
right, now we're going to heavily spice them. This is coriander.
Oh, yeah, love it.
And you'll find that a lot on Thai wings, too.
Oh, sure.
But again, we're going more in a Middle Eastern and North African.
Cumin?
This is cumin, also pretty.
Yeah.
And then this is cardamom, which is one of my favorite spices.
Yes. Oh, yes, that's good.
Yeah, it has a floral note. It's just a hint of it. We're not overdoing the cardamom because then it could be too floral. And then, see, the ease of the bowl is that you're really getting it completely well coated. I know a lot of people like to skip this
You have
step.
no oil in there.
No oil. And you don't need oil, and I'm not going to fry these wings either. I'm going to bake them.
Oh,
and you're going to
okay.
see they're still going to come out crispy and still succulent, and you don't need to deep fry them to achieve that.
Okay.
Okay, so then the next step is to put just a regular sort of baking rack on a sheet pan. If you don't have this, you can use parchment or foil.
Okay.
But what this does, it helps the air circulate and will help get it crispier. So you brush the top of that with a little bit of neutral oil.
Okay.
Any oil will work.
Okay.
And I like brushing.
But you like neutral oil because the idea is not to have any flavor in the oil,
No
right?
flavor, and also this has a high heat point. You can use
Oh, that's
avocado,
right. Okay.
sunflower, vegetable oil. All of those have a high burning point, and so they won't have a bitter flavor to them.
Okay, sure.
And I like the brush more than spray. I find this keeps it even better from sticking.
Okay.
And then you just want to make sure you have about ½ an inch of space at least between the wings. Again, because we're trying to get this sort of crispy, well cooked, you know, without the frying.
Okay, yep.
Yeah, and also with the spices, typically I let this sit for at least an hour, so it really absorbs all those flavors.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, and you could even do it overnight in the fridge if you wanted to, so you could get a head start before game day.
Yeah.
Just have it done. But this didn't take long, so it's not a very complicated recipe.
Well, while you're doing this, so tell me about the podcast, how things are going on the podcast, because I just hear it's excellent.
Thank you so much. The podcast has been doing amazing.
Yeah.
We're one of the top 15 food podcasts in America.
Wow.
We keep growing. We're helping home cooks get inspiration, find recipes that really work and that are easy and approachable, especially to make dinner time and breakfast and snack and lunch, all those meals easier.
And you interview chefs and home cooks, right?
We predominantly speak to each other. It's me and my friend who was also a personal chef. Both of us were personal chefs in Hollywood. We're swapping notes, and then occasionally we have other chefs and cookbook authors who come on and share their expertise with us as well.
What do you find is the most common thing as far as, you know, everyone, what is your favorite meal? Like, is there one that is pretty common?
Oh, you mean in terms of our listeners and what they enjoy?
Yeah.
Yeah, people love finding out about one-pot meals and sheet pan meals.
Okay, yeah.
Anything that creates a little more ease, I think is what people are really...
everybody's busy.
Everyone's busy.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so this we're going to put in an oven for at 375.
375.
Or 400.
Okay.
For about 45 minutes to an hour.
Okay.
And we have some going in there already.
All right.
And while that's happening, we can make our sauce.
Okay.
So, and this comes together in minutes too.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is add the pomegranate molasses.
Oh, wow.
And you see that's like really syrupy and rich.
Yeah, really thick.
I add a little bit of maple syrup just to balance out that tartness, but
Sure.
if you don't want that, you don't have to.
Did you try this out on a client when you were a personal chef?
I did,
Yeah.
yeah. This is a big hit. Actually, though, early on when I was dating my husband, I did host a game night, and I made all this food, and this was one of the things I made. And he jokes that I trapped him with my.
Well,
worked
good
out
job.
well,
Good
yeah.
job.
So this was on the menu, so it has a sort of sentimental place
I
in my
love that.
heart.
And did you just celebrate like a 10-year anniversary?
We
or something?
did.
Yeah. Happy anniversary.
Thank you so much. Okay, so you're really just letting this warm up and heat through.
Okay.
And then once it's hot, I add either vegan butter.
Oh, I wondered what
to
that
keep-
was.
Yeah, it's milk, or it's like a coconut-based vegan butter, or you could add regular butter.
Okay.
Absolutely. I just am keeping this dairy-free.
Okay.
So in Jewish culture, you don't mix dairy and meat together. So
Oh.
sometimes I like to have a vegan butter option.
Okay.
And this butter is just going to help this become rich and saucy,
Oh,
like
I'm looking at it getting
a
thicker.
great wing sauce,
Yeah.
like a buffalo sauce even. You know, they
Right.
add butter to it. Okay, so then that's it. And then you're done. And it's heated through. And now we're going to grab our finished
Okay.
wings.
Yeah, can't wait. The one that grabbed your husband. Love it.
Okay,
Trapped him.
trapped him. I think Ali Wong made a joke about that as well. That
Oh, really?
Yes, although now they're not together. All right, and so,
Wow.
no, but this has worked 10 years going strong.
Yeah.
Okay, I would normally also toss these in a bowl because it will help them get coated.
Right.
But you can also just drizzle it on, and then you're, it
at that.
looks like a pretty classic wing sauce. It's just a different flavor profile, and you can see all those spices, and they've really coated it chicken, and that's also going to give it a little bit of crispiness and a little bit of crunch. And you can serve this with a blue cheese sauce, with a ranch.
Oh my
You
God.
could serve this
with
with
a blue
any
cheese? Wow.
It still would be delicious,
Right?
even though it's a little unconventional. But
Yeah.
with any of your favorite wing sauces, oops,
Oh, yeah.
little hot. And then you can also add sriracha to this sauce
Yeah,
if you
to make
like
it
it spicy.
yeah.
It's kind of easy to modify to your liking.
Oh my gosh. May I
Actually,
try one?
Yes, I would love for you to try
Okay,
one.
let's see.
Just trying to get one. Here
Oh,
we go.
that's
They're
perfect.
very hot, so be careful.
Okay.
Hope you can get a bite without.
Wow. That's really good.
Thank you so much, Helen.
I would like to marry you, if that's okay.
See, this is the trick.
It's the trick. I don't think I've ever tasted a molasses before. That's so yummy.
It's such a sweet and sour
Yeah.
and almost savory, not too sweet. It's one of my favorite condiments.
And I like it's different than a barbecue sauce or a
Yes.
teriyaki sauce. That is so good.
Thank you so much,
Yum.
Helen.
Okay, we're going to put the recipe on our website, but also remember she's got her book Braids, which is beautiful, lots of excellent recipes. And don't forget that her podcast is Good Friends.
Food Friends.
Food Friends. That's it. Thank you so much, Sonia.
Thank you so much, Helen.